Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today on our March 2nd, our first meeting of March. This year's going by quick. My name is Harrison Turner. For those who don't know me, I had the joy of serving as the president of the Rotary Club of Raleigh this year. And I just want to thank each and every one of you for being here today, especially with today's meeting being a little bit different than what we normally do. We have the honor of hearing from Holly Schwab with Zach Schoichest. And in addition to that, we have our service project that we're going to be doing. And it's so good to see the amount of book bags that you guys brought. So thank you for hearing that call, bringing a book bag that we'll be packing today. And this really highlights what Rotary is all about. For guests who don't know much about Rotary and the Rotary Club of Raleigh, we are an organization that looks to live a life of service above self in all that we do. So we want to make the most of serving our community in the meetings that we have, and the things we do inside of our meetings and outside of our meetings. So thank you all for sharing in the heart of service, and very excited about today's meeting. It's going to be a jam-packed, fun meeting. With that, I will forget to say, please, if you have not done so far, please scan the QR code. If you parked in the parking garage, we want to make sure that you do not get a parking ticket. And if you miss it off of this slide, we have a little printout over there where we see Paul Watson currently. Thank you, Paul, for being our model. So with that, we're going to have Jennifer come up for our invocation and pledge. Jennifer.
All right, can we please stand? We'll do our invocation and then our pledge. If we can just bow our heads. God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the opportunity to gather as Rotarians and to serve our community. We thank you for Zach's toy chest, and we pray that today, everything that is packaged in the book bags will serve as a little piece of joy to every child that receives them today. We pray that every conversation and every meal that's had today, that you will bless it and that you would allow us to have a great day here as Rotarians. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Bless America, land that I love, stand beside her and guide her, life and life from love, from the mountains to the prairie, to the ocean. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
R-O-T-A-R-I. That spells Rotary. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for that invocation and pledge. Appreciate that. I also wanted to say a quick hi to everybody on Zoom. Thank you for being here today. I know you won't be able to be a part of the service project, but you'll be able to hear from Holly, which will be fun. Now, this is the best part of the meeting to me, introduction of guests. We're going to go through around the room. If you are a guest today, we will be passing you the mic. When you get the mic, we'd just love to hear your name, what do you do, and what brings you to Rotary. I'll be doing the introduction to guests, and we'll start over here with Mary Moss.
Hey, everybody. I'm thrilled to have another guest today. This one is a very special guest. Her name is Sarah Nyack, and I'll leave it to her to introduce herself like we're doing these days. But I couldn't resist telling you that I've known her since before she was born. Her name is Sarah Ross Nyack. She is Susan Ross, my business partner, Susan Ross's partner. Y'all have heard about that business over the years here. She's one of my favorite people on her own. She's an active, civic, engaged leadership volunteer. And I'm so thrilled that she and her husband and son have moved here to Raleigh. And we are just thrilled that she's here. She comes from a long lineage of Rotarians. She won't tell you that, including a district governor with her grandfather and president of the club with her mom, and her grandmother was also very involved. So here's for Sarah.
Thank you, Mary. Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah Nyack. I just moved back to the area and to Raleigh specifically after 13 years in Washington, D.C. I am, as Mary mentioned, a Durham native. I got my undergrad from UNC and then my MBA from UVA. I'm also a third-generation Rotarian and was part of the Rotary Club of Washington, D.C. for 6 years while I was in the area, which is, I believe, the oldest club in D.C., and this is the oldest club in Raleigh, so feels in North Carolina, so feels fitting. In addition to moving back for family, my husband started as a neurosurgeon at Rex Hospital, and I am an independent consultant doing brand and organizational strategy. So we're thrilled to be here and loving Raleigh so far. So thank you for having me.
Thank you, Sarah, for being here. Truly appreciate that. All right, I think we got the next one here. Here you go, sir. Oh, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Alejandro Morales. I'm today's one of Peter's guests. I'm actually a Rotarian for a year or so from the capital city. We meet in the Carolina Country Club in the mornings. And what I do is I have my own business. We do software consulting implementation. I moved a few years ago from Spain. I'm originally from Venezuela. And yeah, I'm here to support Peter today in his birthday. So thank you for having me. Thank you for the delicious meal.
Yeah, it's always good to have fellow Rotarians here. Thanks for being here. And I think everybody might recognize this individual here, but
Good afternoon. My name is Kelly Bradley, and can we have a round of applause for Peter? It's his birthday today, as Alejandro mentioned. We had him over my house for dinner last night, and as you can tell, he's still here, so I guess my cooking's not as fatal as everybody thinks it is. So again, my name is Kelly Bradley. I'm with Whitecraft Workshops. I teach people how to use generative AI. I teach them how to use it for business purposes and also for fun. If you follow me on LinkedIn, on Tuesday, I have a video series called AI Bites, and it talks about how to use it for business. And on Fridays, it's called Friday Fun with AI, where it talks about some of the fun things we do with AI, like how I talked to you guys about with like Christmas, making coloring books and things like that. One of the things I'm really proud of is this year I am partnering with the the Food Bank of Eastern and Central North Carolina. So every workshop I teach this year will benefit the food bank. A portion of all the proceeds will benefit the food bank to feed hungry North Carolinians. And the final thing is, you see I'm wearing a QR code on my chest today. I am participating in the St. Baldrick's Challenge on the 21st of March. I'm trying to reach $5,000 so that I can shave my head to benefit research for children's cancer. So if you'd like to donate before we leave today, please come by and take a photo of the QR code. Thank you very much for having me.
Kelly, glad to have you back here. It's your birthday. You're going to shave your head too. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. All right, moving on. I think we got some guests over there and here. Here we go.
Thanks.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey everyone, I'm Caitlin Masters. I moved here about 15 years ago from Ohio. I came down here to get my master's in speech therapy and then met my husband and have been here ever since. I am thankful for Weston to invite me. We have crossed paths as I've started a nonprofit to give enrichment programming to folks living with dementia. And I like the Rotary service aspect because we're trying to give these folks opportunities to continue participating in service projects. So we're kind of trying to get them out in the community and giving them opportunities to give back. So thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here, Weston. Thank you for the invite. Yeah. All right.
Hey everybody, my name is Bob Riedlinger, and this is my wife Jennifer. This is my first Rotary meeting, and we're originally from Canada. We've been down in the Raleigh area for 8 years now, and actually just live on Jones Street down the way there, and just really happy to be here and learn more about the Rotary Club. Okay.
Hi there, I'm Jennifer Riedlinger, and yeah, I'm excited to learn more about the club. Bob's parents were heavily involved in Rotary in Canada, and we're looking for new opportunities to meet people and get involved in service projects. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, appreciate you guys being here. Thank you to all of our guests. And to that point, I hope that our guests today find out a little bit more about the Rotary Club of Raleigh, what our heartbeat is for the community and things like that, and how you can get involved. So thank you all for being here. All right, with that, we're going to move on to a service update with Kevin. Kevin, come on up, sir.
Thank you, President Harrison. I will not talk, I won't steal much thunder from Holly, so we'll skip that for a minute. In April, just a heads up, we're going to do our annual stream cleanup. So those of you who've been in the club at least a year, you remember every spring we clean up our little section of the stream here in Raleigh. The good news is over the years, it's gotten a lot easier. I remember those first couple of years, we hauled a lot of stuff out of that stream, but I think the fact that we've made quite a dent makes the life a little bit easier. And the other thing is I am leaving this week to go to the Dominican Republic as part of the district project. There's 36 Rotarians from our area going down to the Dominican to work with the Rotarians from down in that district, and we're building 4 houses and a playground in a week. So wish us luck, but I love the project, and I'll give you a report when I get back. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Kevin, how many years have you been doing that project? That's your 3rd year doing it. Wow. Okay. Very nice. Well, very good. Now, this is a great opportunity to have Randy come up. Very excited about today. We have a pretty large Paul Harris Fellow presentation today. So, Randy, why don't you come on up, my friend?
Thank you. So I think as most of you know, one of the most important actions that we can take as Rotarians is to support our foundation, both abroad and locally. And supporting that, the Paul Harris Fellow recognition remains one of Rotary's most prestigious honors. So it's always a pleasure to stand up and recognize those who have achieved that high level of support to our foundation. The award was established to encourage and show appreciation to those who support the foundation, and we support those at a level of contributions either individually made from the cell or those who have made contributions on their behalf of $1,000 to the Rotary International Foundation. The number, I think it's fair to say, the number of Paul Harris Fellows in our club is a fair measure of our success as a club. And I remember when I was preparing for this role, and every now and then I would get on a call with Patty, and he would inform me that we do not have enough Paul Harris Fellows in this club. And some of you may disagree with that, but I would not recommend disagreeing with Patty, frankly. But because of that, we have a goal this year, and it's a stretch goal, to bring in 20 new Paul Harris Fellows into this program. And for those wondering, our progress right now is we have confirmed 10 at this point. So I think we can reach it working together. I thank you in advance for the support. And now it is my absolute pleasure to announce our newest members to the Paul Harris Fellow program, thanks to their dedication to our Rotary mission of service above self. And what I'm going to do is, as I call your name, if you would, come up here. We're going to do a very quick photo op, and then just stay up front, and we'll have like a group picture with everybody. Okay? So I will start with our own president, Harrison Turner.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Good.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Step over here. Lynn Manis. You have a whole gift bag up here. Here's your pen. Here is a certificate. Here, hold it this way. Okay, now let's look over this way quick.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Peter, birthday dude, Gory. Happy to do this, Peter.
Thank you. Since like 20 years.
Okay, here's your, hold it out like this. Here's your pen.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Next up, Michael Brennan. And, all right, there you go. Hold this way. Okay. Thank you. And then up next is Dave Ammons. And I'm happy to say Dave is a Paul Harris Fellow +2. So that means he's at the next level of the Paul Harris Fellow program. Here's your pen. As well as Dave is a Lester Woodall Society, which recognizes those who gives a certain level to our local foundation. So congratulations to Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then Taylor McBain. Thank you, Taylor. Here's this. Turn that around. Here's your pen. Oh, yeah, back over here. Thank you. And is Sarah Reeves here? Sarah is a true honor. Sarah is a Paul Harris Fellow +8. Thank you so much. Okay, and Jennifer, so if you can you fit everybody in this picture? Okay. Yes, if you have a certificate, hold it up. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your support, and we will keep you updated on our progress toward our stretch goal. Thank you.
Randy, thank you so much for all the work that you've done to put some energy behind this. And yes, I would highly agree with Patty as well as the stretch goal that Randy has. Randy, when he joined the board, he did say that he had the stretch goal of getting 20 this calendar year. And I told him, well, if there's anything that the Rotary Club of Raleigh has historically shown is stretch goals are no big deal to us. So I'm very confident that we will be able to not only get the 20 this year, but at some point in the near future, maybe Tommy's year, be 100% Paul Harris Club, which is a huge honor. So thank you to all of you in here who have this, wear it with pride. It just shows the commitment that you've got for Rotary and the work that they do internationally as well as locally. So thank you all. Now I got to get the clicker out of my pocket. Yeah. All right, there is a quick review of those. I should have had that up there, but I had a. All right, real quick, we did have an induction today. Come on up, Diamante. But Madison was sick, so she's not able to be here. But I wanted to quickly just bring up Diamante for his energy, number one, and number two, just to introduce himself.
Great job. Thank you, President Harrison. How are we doing today? There we go. There we go. There we go. You guys, I love to have it. Love to come here every Monday. I love the Rotary Club. You guys here that are guests. We like to have a good time, but we're also about servicing our community as well. So just want to let you guys know, if you're interested in membership, please come check me out. I'll be in the back. My name is Demonte. But also, too, when you come here, come with a smile because, you know, all things are not promised. As you see what's going on in today's world, we take things for granted here living in this country. And I really want you guys to wake up and really appreciate living in this country, this great country of America. But most important of all, coming to this Rotary Club of Raleigh where all things are possible. You guys have a great one.
Thank you, Diamante. Appreciate it, man. All right, now we have a fundraiser update by Charles Bailey. Charles, come on up, brother. All right, so yesterday we spent some time. A group of us went out to the governor's mansion and planted a couple of trees. One of which is going to be an oak tree for our campaign. And so we all had a good time. We were there from 1 to 3. And John, where's John? I can't remember. There's someone donated a piece of equipment so that we could. What was that again? Holland Reynolds. So I meant to ask you that before we started, but yeah. So a company donated a piece of machinery so we could dig that hole for that oak tree. And so go to the next slide. Here's some of the sponsors so far that we've gotten money from. We've got Duke Energy, Martin Marietta, North State Bank, the City of Raleigh, WRL. So we want to thank all those sponsors. And with all of the efforts that we put into this campaign so far, we've reached and exceeded our goal of 75,000. So we are at 75,325, and we've still got a little time to go on this campaign. So our next goal is going to be our stretch goal that we should be able to make, which is going to be $100,000. Pinnacle is who me, Jim Graham, and David Forrest work for. And so Pinnacle was also one of the sponsors that donated $2,500 to that 75,000. So what I would ask everybody is dig down, and we're kind of on the home stretch for this campaign. It's going to go through as of right now, going to go through June. We want to try to hit that 100,000, and so go to your companies. If you can as well, you can dedicate your own tree. You can put your own money up to it, but we've crossed over that December 31st timeline, so now we're in the new year. So if you'd gone to your company before and maybe they had run out of money that they could do for such things, they didn't have it in the budget. Now we're in a new year. Now you can get them early, and so maybe one of the first people to ask for money for the campaign. And it's not on the slide, but there's an old Greek proverb that we were talking about yesterday that. Talking about selflessness and politicians and leaders doing things for future generations. And so the proverb is, old men plant trees under which shade they'll never know. And in our case, we are quite literally planting trees under shade we'll never know. So that's what this is all about. It's about the City of Oaks celebrating our 250-year anniversary for the United States, and planting trees across Raleigh and Wake County so that future generations can benefit from all the things that the oak tree stands for. And that's it. Charles, thank you so much for all your work. He's one of our captains. Yes, it's his point. If you have not got engaged, or you think of an organization or individual that might want to get engaged, get with Charles, the other captains, and let's make this last stretch impactful and reach our new stretch goal of $100,000. And there's a downtown oak tree ribbon wrapping for the 4th of July that's getting scheduled. We're going to be wrapping oak trees with ribbons in bows. So more details to come as we get closer to July. All right, birthdays and anniversaries. We don't have anybody in here with a birthday, so we'll just skip back to that. Just kidding. Peter, happy birthday to you, sir. Oh, there we go. You beat me to it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you. I have to remember that I've got a mic that connects to Zoom, and so I'm sorry for those who just heard me. But happy birthday, Peter. Bob Saunders on the 3rd, tomorrow. Happy birthday. Duncan Jennings also on the 3rd, and our very own Surrey Roberts on the 4th. So we got quite a few. Happy birthday to everybody. John Newby on the 6th as well. And then anniversaries, we have Tom and Karen Jordan, 38 years on the 5th. Congratulations. Happy anniversary, Tom, to you and your wife. That's awesome. All right, upcoming meetings. Next week on the 9th, we have Mary Elizabeth Bennett with the CEO of Make-A-Wish North Carolina. On the 16th, we have Brandy Thompson with Clearscape Architecture. As I mentioned last week, a lot of people in this room might not know Brandy specifically, but you know her artwork. The shimmer wall at the convention center, the train station downtown. All of those are things that her and her company architected and organized. So it'd be great to hear from her. Then we have on the 23rd, Summer Wisher with Wake Smiles coming, as she does every year, to provide an update on Wake Smiles and their impact to the community. As well as on the 30th, we have Aaron Campbell with UNC Louis Body Dementia Research. There's some new researches that they're doing specifically around dementia. So we're going to have them come out and speak upon that. All right, this week, today, as you saw last week, somebody in here pulled the Ace of Clubs. Weren't anticipating to get it that fast, Mike, but so anyways, so Tommy was going to be here today, but his son was called out sick from school, so he had the new deck of cards. So we're going to skip the raffle this week and put that back up to next week. All right, happy dollars. As always, we have the blue bucket on the table. If you have any spare change, please put that into the blue bucket. That's going towards the Dementia Alliance of North Carolina. And there's a lot of fun stuff that's happened this past weekend with sports. Do we have any happy dollars? Anything going good in people's lives that you want to provide some money to? Yes, Peter.
Arsenal beat Chelsea yesterday. That's the most important thing. So I just want to make that clear. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. So.
Are they big rivals? I don't know anything about soccer or football. Excuse me.
Think Iran, Israel, and then you'll understand the goal.
Duke UNC, yeah, okay, got you. Very good. All right. Any other happy dollars? Yes.
Well, for Peter, his birthday, very different sport. This week, finally, the new Formula One season begins. So very happy about that.
Awesome. Any other happy dollars? Oh, that's fine. You can keep it in there as well. Any others? No? Okay. Well, I'm lucky enough to go to the Duke State game tonight, and I was telling Tom Holder, I've never seen a court storming before, but I'm excited to see it tonight. It's inevitable. Duke's #1 team in the nation, but NC State will find a way to beat us tonight somehow. So I'm speaking that. Hopefully I'm wrong as a Duke fan. Thank you so much for the happy dollars, everyone. All right, we now have the opportunity for a feature presentation. For the introduction of Holly, I'm going to have Paul Watson come up. Paul.
Why am I talking about? Well, Holly has been a pro bono client of mine for a few years now. I've been offering brand messaging consulting. The thing is, Holly, I've known Holly for a few years. She's the real deal, right? She serves kids with cancer. She provides new toys for them through her organization, Zach's Toy Chest. Started off in 2009 when her son had cancer. He's since beaten cancer. She's the real deal. I mean, she doesn't take a salary. She really does it for the kids. I've loved getting to know her. Last year, she was selected as one of 5 national finalists out of 125 women nationwide for the Remarkable Women Award. She has been a member of the 2023 Holly Springs launch program through the Holly Springs Rotary Club. I think you'll really enjoy hearing from her. If you haven't heard of Zach's Toy Chest, it's Zach with an H as in hospital. And she's blessed so many people, so many families nationwide. As a cancer survivor, I can speak to how much just the mental and emotional aspect of that can really wear on a person. And so what she does is she just brings in these new toys and it boosts these kids' spirits. That in turn, I think, helps them get better physically, certainly blesses their families. So please welcome Holly.
Thank you so much, Paul, for that introduction. Paul has been amazing. One of the problems that we had when I first met Paul is we were getting a lot of used toys, and he helped me sneak in the word new in some very key places, and that pretty much has stopped. It went from probably 30% to maybe 10% now. So thank you, Paul. So Zach's Toy Chest is something that I created after my own son, my oldest son, Zachary, was diagnosed with cancer at 9 months old. He is now 17 and a half years cancer-free. He's thriving. He's doing very well. And I wanted to make sure I said that now because sometimes I just forget to give an update on him. But he is pushing 6'2", has a head full of red hair, and is doing very well in his freshman year at UNCW. So and kind of like Paul said, what we do is we bring joy and smiles in the form of toys. It brings that sense of normalcy to the hospital where there's just no normalcy. It's very clinical and sterile, and it's kind of a scary place for grown-ups, but especially for kids. But I'm sure you guys know kids are very resilient, and those toys just, it represents so much more than an actual toy. And so I'm super excited. This is my first time doing this with a Rotary Club, is we're going to be making courage kits. And so what these are is these are book bags that you guys brought in, and I brought the toys, and we're going to stuff each book bag with these items that I brought. And so these kits are going to be used to give to patients when they come in for their first day of chemo. They're overwhelmed, they're scared, mom or dad may have forgotten a lot of things to pack, to bring with them, because it's a big day. And then what they can do is this book bag will be filled with super cool items that they can occupy their time, provide those distractions, and then they get to reuse that book bag for every upcoming hospital trip. So I really appreciate you guys doing this with me. And this is a little girl. She's actually doing very well now, but Charlotte is a few years older now. I'm trying to remember how old she was in this picture, but she's now, one of the very cool things that I've noticed about Zach's Toy Chest is a lot of the kids that were younger when we first started are now older, and it's come full circle. They are now volunteering with us for events. And so that's something that I feel is really cool. And as part of our mission and vision is to kind of complete that circle of health. The hospitals provide all the medical care, and then Zach's Toy Chest steps in and just kind of completes that for the parents and the caregivers. And this is one of the reasons why we do this work, me especially. This is a letter from a grandparent who took the time to send this to me from Florida. Her grandkids really love this Summer's Night with Santa that we put on. It's a free event for childhood cancer survivors and their siblings, and we encourage them to invite mom, dad, aunts, uncles, grandparents, anyone that had a major part of their process from day one. And it's a time where families can spend together and have that, you know, outside of hospital walls time. It's very important because I'm sure you guys realize cancer in general is scary and it can be very isolating. The hospitals don't usually love you to talk together and compare notes. And so this is a great time for parents, especially, to make friendships and bond and things like that. And then the kids can actually be taken care of through volunteers. This is just a high-level overview of some impact that we've had. We've been doing this for over 16 years. So I started our first toy drive in September of 2009. Oh, wait a second. Okay. And then it's just kind of snowballed into this really awesome nonprofit that I get to lead. It started with Zach on my hip at Whole Foods and Cary. They let me bug their customers and ask them for toy donations. And I think that's what sets us apart is we've come and we've asked for actual items that we can take to the hospitals. 16 years ago, I never thought in a million years that this would still be happening, that it would be as big as it is today. But we've donated over 140,000 toys. Last year alone, we donated almost 12,000. There we go. I forgot I put that on my slide. So this is just a high-level overview of 2025, and I'm super excited. We are going to release our first annual impact report this year so that potential donors, supporters, and current supporters can see the impact that they've been making. And we're going to be taking great strides in 2026 to make this the year of sustainability because I want this to outlive my family. It's no longer about Zach or my family. This is so much bigger than that now. And so to do that, we have to have structured fundraising and partnerships that last, that make sense. And then we also are starting new committees. This is something I've done a lot of all the work myself, and I've come to realize I can't sustain this growth that we've created by myself. And so I welcome committee members. If you want to get involved, this is a great time. We are asked all the time to support more clinics and more hospitals. Just in last week alone, I've gotten emails asking for Roanoke, Virginia, and then somewhere in California. I'm not familiar with all the names in California, but it is in sort of like Central California. And obviously, as a mom who does most of this work when my kids are in school during the day, I can't get to California and drop off toys yet. But the goal is to strengthen our systems, put some new logistics in place, and be able to support everyone that wants that support and that needs it. And one thing that I wanted to make sure everyone understood is we are year round. So I tried when I first started to find a charity that did toy drives and provided those items year round to the hospitals, and I couldn't find it. And I don't know about you guys, but when I have a great idea, someone's usually already thought about it, so it busts my bubble kind of fast. But this, no one had actually thought of it. And everything is seasonally based, usually around the holidays. Occasionally you'll find a spring Easter tie-in with a holiday toy drive. But we collect all year long and we donate consistently all year long. So that's what makes us different, is that we're not just there for the holidays, we're there every day of the year. These are some events coming up. I actually laid a golf tournament flyer, I think on every table. This QR code will also take you there. I don't know what happened there. Did I push that? I'm sorry. Yep. Perfect. So the golf tournament's coming up Monday, May 4th. We'd love to see you guys there as volunteers, as sponsors, as players. And we give a prize for the worst team. So you don't even have to be good. You just have to want to do good in the community. So, and then the rest of the year, we have our big holiday shop at UNC Children's. Saks Toy Chest is the sole sponsor of that. So we supply all the toys. And I actually got my volunteer status with UNC, and I got the great honor to help these families this last year myself as a volunteer. I can't tell you how cool that is. And then our Summer's Night with Santa is going to be in July or early August. And so this is how I would love to see Raleigh Rotary get involved. And I'll leave this up for a little bit. But so we have something called the Saks Toy Chest Club. This is our recurring monthly donor club. For as little as $10, you know, that's a large coffee at Starbucks or another chain if you're so inclined. And that gives one toy for one kid at the hospital. And so you can make a big difference with $10 a month or however much you choose to give. We would love to have committee members because I can't do this alone. And there's a lot of people that are way smarter than me. And so I need to surround myself and build Saks Toy Chest with people who have skill sets that I don't have. So we're looking for volunteers for marketing and communications, then also a development committee. So fundraising, building sustainable partnerships, because Paul will tell you this, I don't love transactions. We all know that they come with business, but I'm very much a relationship person. And so I just need help growing more relationships across the state because we actually serve all 100 kids from all 100 counties. And so this is how you can contact us. It will be me that answers every phone call and every email because it is just I doing the day-to-day stuff for now. But hopefully by the end of this year, we will have someone else helping me. And so I just want to say thank you again. And I'm loving that we get to do the service and action, the actual Rotary thing today. So thank you. If you think of some later, you can always reach out to me. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Before we jump into the service project, and I don't know, Kevin, if you have logistics you want to walk over, but we do want to provide Holly with the Rotary Club of Raleigh's speaker mug, and as well as a an America 250 T-shirt that would for our tree campaign. And typically, this one looks a little bit different. You are the first recipient of our new Rotary Club of Raleigh speaker mug. So thank you so much for being here today and allowing us to be a part of this service project.
This is the right shade of blue for anyone wondering, a lighter Carolina.
There we go. Thank you. All right. Yep.
So guys, logistically, what I'd like some help with, you guys, let's get these chairs away from this table. Linda, if we can get somebody to help Linda, we're going to move that table sort of across the aisle there. What I'm going to ask everybody to do, when we have more backpacks than there are people, so once you go through the line, I'll encourage you to come back and do it a second time. But you're going to grab a backpack in the back wall there. We'll line up, and then we'll go on both sides of this table. Holly's going to lay out, and you can provide us specific instructions on how much of what items. Holly, I'll need your help on how much of what items as they start to go through. But you'll go through the lines on both sides of the table, and we're going to fill up the backpacks. And then once they're filled up, I guess we can stack them. Let's just stack them over here for now, because then we'll help you later. Please don't run out, guys. I need some help getting all the backpacks into her car when we're finished, okay? This shouldn't take a lot of time, but it should be fun. Enjoy some fellowship while you're waiting, because I don't think everybody can get in line all at once. But let's get some folks up here to help us get this organized. Thanks.
All right, those that are on Zoom, we're going to jump over into the service project. We thank you for being here today. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Appreciate you guys.